Welcome, dear listeners, to another magical bedtime story. Tonight, we journey to the enchanting kingdom of Florindale, where nature's balance has been disrupted and a brave princess must restore harmony. As the moon softly glows above and the world quiets, let your mind drift into the soothing rhythm of this tale. Allow the gentle whispers of the wind and the serene melodies of the golden cello to carry you to a place of peace. Relax, close your eyes, and let the story unfold, guiding you into a peaceful, restful sleep. Chapter 1. The Call of the Cello. In the kingdom of Florindale, vibrant landscapes and lush forests had once stretched as far as the eye could see. Rolling hills of emerald green kissed by golden rays of sunlight, rivers that danced and sparkled like liquid silver, and fields of flowers that painted the meadows in a riot of colors. This idyllic land was now but a shadow of its former self. Nature's balance had been disrupted, and Florindale was suffering under the relentless onslaught of elemental chaos. Princess Mirabelle, beloved by her people for her compassion and wisdom, stood at the balcony of the castle, gazing out over the kingdom with a heavy heart. The once clear skies were now perpetually overcast, and the air carried a sense of foreboding. The princess's emerald eyes, mirroring the verdant hues of her homeland, were filled with determination as she observed the signs of the kingdom's plight. The rivers that once flowed serenely now raged with uncontrolled fury, flooding the farmlands and washing away homes. The earth, parched and cracked from an unending drought, seemed to cry out in agony. Forests that had whispered ancient secrets now stood silent, their leaves withered and branches bare. The winds, no longer gentle and cooling, howled through the valleys, tearing at whatever they encountered. Princess Mirabelle knew that the balance of the elements had been disturbed, but the cause remained a mystery. The royal advisors and scholars had consulted ancient texts and performed countless rituals, yet no solution had been found. The people of Florindale looked to their princess with hope, believing that she would find a way to save them from this dire situation. One evening, as Mirabelle walked through the castle gardens, she encountered an elderly woman dressed in simple, weather-worn clothes. Her eyes, though old, held a spark of wisdom and knowledge that drew Mirabelle's attention. The princess approached her, intrigued by the air of mystery that surrounded the woman. "Your Highness," the woman began, her voice soft yet filled with a sense of urgency. "I am Eliana, a keeper of ancient lore. I have come to you with knowledge that may save our land." Mirabelle listened intently as Eliana spoke of an ancient prophecy. In the heart of Florindale's history lies a tale of a golden cello, an instrument of unparalleled power, capable of controlling the very elements themselves. This cello, once wielded by our ancestors, brought harmony and prosperity to the land. But it was hidden away, for its power was deemed too great to be used carelessly. Eliana continued, her eyes locking with Mirabelle's. The prophecy speaks of a chosen one, a soul pure of heart, who will awaken the cello and use its power to restore balance to the elements. I believe that you, Princess Mirabelle, are that chosen one. Mirabelle's heart raced as she absorbed Eliana's words. The weight of her responsibility became clearer, and a sense of purpose ignited within her. "Where can I find this golden cello?" she asked, her voice steady with resolve. Eliana handed Mirabelle a weathered scroll, its parchment brittle with age. "This will guide you," she said. "The path will be fraught with danger and challenges, but I believe in your strength and determination. Florindale's fate rests in your hands." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the troubled land, Mirabelle returned to the castle. She knew that the journey ahead would be arduous, but her love for her people and her kingdom gave her the courage she needed. With the ancient scroll clutched in her hand and a renewed sense of hope in her heart, Princess Mirabelle prepared to embark on the quest that would determine the future of Florindale. The night was still as Princess Mirabelle sat in her private chambers, the ancient scroll unfurled before her. By the flickering light of a single candle, she carefully traced the faded, intricate script with her fingertips. The parchment spoke of an era long past, of a time when the elements danced in perfect harmony, guided by the music of a golden cello. The prophecy, written in an elegant, archaic hand, told of a magical instrument created by the legendary mage Serene, who had once dwelled in the heart of Florindale. Serene, a master of elemental magic, had forged the cello from the very essence of nature. Its strings were spun from threads of starlight, its body carved from the heartwood of the ancient Yggdrasil tree, and its bow fashioned from the feather of a phoenix. This enchanted cello had the power to command the elements, its melodies capable of soothing the fiercest storms and quelling the most tumultuous fires. As Mirabelle read, she learned that the golden cello had been hidden away in a secret chamber within the castle, protected by a series of magical wards and puzzles. Only the one destined to wield its power could awaken it. The prophecy mentioned a series of trials that the chosen one must face to prove their worth and attune themselves to the instrument's magic. Eldrin, the wise and kind-hearted mage who had served Mirabelle's family for generations, entered the room quietly, his presence bringing a sense of calm and reassurance. "My princess," he said, his voice gentle, "have you found what you seek?" Mirabelle nodded, her eyes reflecting a mixture of determination and awe. "Yes, Eldrin. The golden cello lies hidden within the castle, protected by ancient magic. I must face the trials and awaken it to restore balance to our land." Eldrin's eyes twinkled with approval. "Then we must prepare, for the path ahead will not be easy. The prophecy speaks of great challenges, but I believe in your strength and resolve. Together, They pored over the scroll, deciphering the cryptic instructions and piecing together the clues that would lead them to the hidden chamber. As they worked through the night, Mirabelle felt a growing sense of connection to the ancient magic of her ancestors. She could almost hear the faint strains of a melody, carried on the breeze from the open window, as if the cello itself was calling out to her. The first clue led them to the Grand Library, a vast hall filled with towering shelves of books and scrolls, some so old their titles had long since faded. Eldrin recited an incantation, and the hidden compartment in the wall slid open, revealing a delicate silver key. This key, the scroll explained, would unlock the first door on their journey. The second clue took them to the castle's armory, where the finest weapons and armor of Florindale were kept. Mirabelle noticed an intricately designed suit of armor, its chestplate adorned with the symbol of a tree entwined with a serpent. Recognizing the emblem from the prophecy, she pressed her hand against it. The armor shifted, revealing a hidden passage leading deep into the castle's foundations. The third clue brought them to the castle gardens, now a shadow of their former beauty. Among the withered flowers and dry fountains, they found a stone statue of Lyran, his hand outstretched as if reaching for something. Mirabelle placed the silver key in his hand, and the ground trembled, revealing a spiral staircase descending into the earth. As dawn approached, Mirabelle and Eldrin stood before the final door, a massive, ornately carved barrier adorned with runes that glowed faintly in the dim light. Mirabelle felt a surge of anticipation and apprehension. This door led to the hidden chamber where the golden cello lay. With a deep breath, Mirabelle placed her hand on the door. The runes flared brightly, and the door swung open, revealing a dimly lit chamber. At its center, on a pedestal of polished marble, rested the golden cello, its surface shimmering with an ethereal light. The air hummed with a palpable sense of power. Eldrin placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "This is only the beginning, my princess. The true journey lies ahead." Mirabelle nodded, stepping forward to claim the instrument that would restore balance to her kingdom. With the golden cello now within her grasp, Princess Mirabelle felt a powerful surge of purpose coursing through her veins. The weight of the kingdom's fate rested heavily on her shoulders, but she embraced it with a newfound resolve. As the first light of dawn filtered through the chamber's narrow windows, she knew that time was of the essence. Mirabelle turned to Eldrin, who watched her with a mixture of pride and concern. "We must not delay," she said, her voice steady. "The prophecy has guided us this far, and now it is up to us to fulfill it. The elements must be brought back into harmony." Eldrin nodded, his wise eyes reflecting the same determination. "Indeed, my princess. But remember, the cello's power is immense and must be wielded with great care. You will need to attune yourself to it, to understand its magic and let it guide you." The journey ahead was daunting, and Mirabelle knew she would need all the strength and wisdom she could muster. She summoned the castle's council and informed them of her plan. The council members, though wary, placed their trust in her. They had seen her unwavering dedication and knew that she would stop at nothing to save Florindale. Preparations were made swiftly. Eldrin gathered ancient tomes and scrolls to aid in their understanding of the cello's magic, while the castle's blacksmiths forged a sturdy case to protect the instrument on their travels. The best horses were readied, and provisions were packed for the long journey ahead. Before setting out, Mirabelle visited the castle chapel, a place of quiet reflection and ancient power. She knelt before the altar, the golden cello resting beside her. "Great spirits of Florindale," she whispered, "grant me the strength and wisdom to fulfill this sacred duty. Guide my hand and heart as I seek to restore balance to our land." As she rose, she felt a gentle warmth envelop her, as if the spirits themselves had answered her plea. With renewed determination, she rejoined Eldrin and the assembled entourage in the courtyard. The golden cello, encased and secured, gleamed in the early morning light. The first destination on their journey was the Forest of Whispers, a mystical woodland said to be the dwelling place of ancient forest spirits. It was here that Mirabelle would face her first trial, mastering the element of wind. As they rode through the kingdom, the signs of elemental imbalance were ever present. Fields lay barren, rivers overflowed their banks, and the skies remained a brooding grey. Eldrin rode beside Mirabelle, offering words of encouragement and guidance. "The Forest of Whispers is a place of great magic," he explained. "The trees there are ancient, their roots deep in the earth and their branches reaching for the heavens. They will help you connect with the wind spirit." As they approached the forest, Mirabelle felt a sense of awe and reverence. The trees towered above them, their leaves rustling with a sound that seemed almost like whispers, as if the forest itself was alive and communicating. The path into the forest was narrow and winding, illuminated by shafts of sunlight that broke through the dense canopy. Within the heart of the forest, they found a clearing bathed in a soft golden light. Mirabelle dismounted and approached the center of the clearing, the golden cello cradled in her hands. She could feel the forest's energy, a pulsing rhythm that seemed to resonate with the instrument. Eldrin stood at the edge of the clearing, watching as Mirabelle took a deep breath and positioned the cello. She drew the bow across the strings, and a hauntingly beautiful melody filled the air. The music seemed to merge with the whispers of the forest, creating a harmony that was both enchanting and powerful. As Mirabelle played, she felt a connection to the wind, a sense of unity with the element. The gentle breezes responded to her music, swirling around her in a dance of joy and freedom. She closed her eyes, letting the melody flow from her heart, and the wind began to calm. its wildness tamed by the soothing notes. The trial was not without its challenges. At times, the wind resisted, howling fiercely as if testing her resolve. But Mirabelle's determination never wavered. She played on, her music filled with the promise of harmony and balance. Gradually, the wind relented, becoming a gentle breeze that caressed the trees and whispered a song of peace. When the final note faded, the forest fell silent, a profound stillness settling over the clearing. Mirabelle opened her eyes, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. She had passed the first trial, attuned herself to the wind, and taken the first step toward restoring balance to Florindale. Eldrin approached, his eyes filled with pride. "You have done well, my princess," he said. "The forest spirits have accepted you, and the wind now bends to your will. Our journey is just beginning, but you have proven yourself worthy." Mirabelle nodded, her resolve stronger than ever. With the first element mastered, she was ready to face the next challenges that awaited her. The golden cello, now humming with newfound power, would be her guide and ally as she continued her quest to save her beloved kingdom. The hidden chamber, deep within the castle's foundation, had been shrouded in mystery for centuries. Few knew of its existence, and even fewer had ventured into its depths. Princess Mirabelle and Eldrin stood before the ornate door, its runes glowing faintly in the dim light of their lantern. This was the threshold to the chamber where the golden cello had been safeguarded for generations. Mirabelle felt a mix of anticipation and reverence as she placed her hand on the door. The ancient magic that protected it resonated with the prophecy's words, and she could sense the immense power waiting beyond. As she pushed the door open, a soft golden light spilled into the corridor, revealing a room unlike any she had ever seen. The chamber was a marvel of ancient craftsmanship, its walls adorned with intricate carvings, depicting scenes of harmony between the elements. A gentle breeze seemed to circulate within, carrying a faint, melodious hum that soothed the soul. At the center of the room, on a pedestal of polished marble, rested the golden cello. It shimmered with an ethereal glow, its surface reflecting the ambient light like a beacon of hope. Eldrin stepped forward, his eyes wide with wonder. "This place is sacred," he murmured. "The magic here is old and powerful. It has protected the cello all these years, waiting for the one who can wield it." Mirabelle approached the pedestal, her heart pounding in her chest. As she reached out to touch the cello, she felt a surge of energy pass through her. The instrument seemed to recognize her, resonating with a harmonious chord that filled the chamber. She carefully lifted it, feeling its weight and the smoothness of its polished wood. "Play, my princess," Eldrin encouraged softly. "Awaken its true power." Taking a deep breath, Mirabelle positioned the cello and drew the bow across its strings. The sound that emerged was pure and enchanting, a melody that echoed the ancient songs of the land. The runes on the walls glowed brighter, responding to the music. She closed her eyes, allowing the notes to flow through her, feeling a deep connection to the instrument. As she played, the air within the chamber seemed to come alive. The carvings on the walls shifted, depicting scenes of elemental harmony and balance. Water flowed, fire danced, earth blossomed, and wind swirled gracefully. The music of the cello intertwined with the magic of the chamber, creating a symphony that resonated with the very essence of Florindale. Eldrin watched in awe, his heart swelling with pride. Mirabelle had truly been chosen by the ancient prophecy, her music weaving a tapestry of balance and peace. The golden cello's power was awakening, and with it, the hope of restoring harmony to the kingdom. When the final note faded, a profound silence settled over the chamber. Mirabelle opened her eyes, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. The cello, now fully awakened, hummed with a gentle, reassuring vibration. She turned to Eldrin, her resolve stronger than ever. "The journey has truly begun," she said, her voice filled with determination. "With the golden cello, we can restore balance to the elements and save Florindale." Eldrin nodded, his eyes shining with approval. "You have awakened the cello and proven yourself worthy. The trials ahead will be difficult, but I have faith in you, my princess. Together, we will face whatever challenges come our way." As they left the hidden chamber, the weight of their task felt lighter, buoyed by the power of the golden cello and the bond they shared. Mirabelle knew that the road ahead would be fraught with dangers and trials, but she was ready. With the ancient instrument in her hands and Eldrin by her side, she felt a renewed sense of hope and purpose. The first steps of their journey awaited them, and with the golden cello's magic, they would bring harmony back to Florindale. Princess Mirabelle held the golden cello in her hands, feeling its ancient magic pulsating through her veins. She and Eldrin had returned to her chambers, a place of solace where she could focus on the next step of their journey. The golden cello needed to be attuned fully, its power awakened completely before they could harness its true potential to restore balance to Florindale. Mirabelle sat by the window, the first light of dawn casting a soft glow over her. She positioned the cello, took a deep breath, and began to play. The music that flowed from the instrument was unlike any she had ever heard. Each note seemed to shimmer in the air, creating ripples of magic that spread throughout the room. Eldrin watched with rapt attention. "Feel the music, Mirabelle. Let it guide you. The cello is an extension of your will, your heart. Together, you will become the beacon of hope Florindale needs." As she played, Mirabelle closed her eyes and let the music envelop her. The golden cello responded, its strings vibrating with increasing intensity. The melody grew richer, more complex, intertwining with the ambient magic of the castle. The air around her shimmered, and she felt a profound connection to the elements. Images began to form in her mind. Visions of the elemental spirits, each one embodying a force of nature. The spirit of water, fluid and graceful, danced through rivers and streams. The spirit of fire, fierce and vibrant, roared with the heat of the sun. The spirit of earth, steady and nurturing, supported the mountains and forests. The spirit of air, free and untamed, soared through the skies. Mirabelle's fingers moved deftly over the strings, weaving a symphony that called out to these spirits. She could feel their presence, their power resonating with the music. The cello's magic was awakening, harmonizing with the very essence of the elements. She played on, each note a promise to restore balance and harmony to the land. As the final notes of the melody faded, a serene silence filled the room. Mirabelle opened her eyes, and to her astonishment, she saw the faint outlines of the elemental spirits before her. They shimmered like ethereal beings, their forms translucent and glowing with an inner light. The spirit of water spoke first, its voice like the gentle murmur of a brook. "You have awakened us, Princess Mirabelle. We sense your pure heart and noble intentions." The spirit of fire, crackling with energy, added, "The golden cello has chosen you. With its power, you can restore balance to the elements and bring harmony to Florindale once more." The spirit of earth, its voice deep and resonant, said, "We will aid you in your quest. But remember, the journey will be fraught with trials and challenges. Your resolve will be tested." Finally, the spirit of air, its voice a whispering breeze, concluded, "Trust in the music, Mirabelle. It will guide you. We believe in you." With that, the spirits faded, their presence lingering in the air like a warm embrace. Mirabelle felt a surge of confidence and determination. The golden cello was fully awakened, its power now harmonized with the elemental spirits. She turned to Eldrin, her eyes shining with resolve. "The spirits have spoken, Eldrin. They will aid us in our quest. The golden cello's power is now ours to wield. We must journey to the elemental shrines and restore balance to Florindale." Eldrin nodded, his face reflecting her determination. "Indeed, my princess. The first steps of our journey await. We must be vigilant and strong, for the path will be perilous. But with the golden cello and the spirits by our side, we shall prevail." With the cello's magic fully awakened, and the elemental spirits as their allies, Mirabelle and Eldrin prepared to embark on the next phase of their quest. The fate of Florindale depended on their courage and the power of the golden cello. As they stepped out of the castle and into the vast, troubled kingdom, they knew that the journey ahead would be challenging. But their resolve was unshakable. The castle gates opened with a creak, revealing the path ahead bathed in the soft light of dawn. Princess Mirabelle, astride her white mare Luna, felt the weight of her mission settle upon her shoulders. Eldrin rode beside her on a sturdy chestnut horse named Tempest, his presence a comforting anchor. The golden cello, securely fastened in its enchanted case, gleamed with a faint, reassuring light. The first destination on their journey was the Forest of Whispers, where Mirabelle would face her initial trial. The forest lay to the north, its ancient trees standing sentinel against the chaotic winds that had plagued Florindale. The path to the forest was fraught with signs of imbalance. Fields lay barren, rivers overflowed, and the skies remained a brooding grey. As they rode, villagers gathered to watch, their faces etched with a mixture of hope and apprehension. They knew of the princess's quest and placed their faith in her ability to restore balance. Mirabelle met their gazes with a determined smile, her heart swelling with resolve. She would not fail them. Eldrin, sensing her thoughts, spoke softly. "The people believe in you, Mirabelle. Their hope gives you strength. Remember, you are not alone in this journey." Mirabelle nodded, her grip on Luna's reins tightening. "I know, Eldrin. The golden cello, the spirits, and the faith of our people. These are my guiding lights. We will bring harmony back to Florindale." The landscape gradually changed as they approached the Forest of Whispers. The air grew cooler, and the sound of rustling leaves filled the air, a gentle symphony that seemed to beckon them forward. The trees, towering and majestic, created a canopy that filtered the sunlight into a soft golden glow. As they entered the forest, Mirabelle felt a sense of awe and reverence. The whispers of the trees seemed almost audible, like ancient secrets being shared. Eldrin dismounted and motioned for Mirabelle to do the same. "We must proceed on foot," he said. "The heart of the forest is a sacred place, and we must show respect." They led their horses through the winding paths, the ground carpeted with fallen leaves that crunched softly underfoot. The deeper they ventured, the more pronounced the whispers became, as if the forest itself was alive and aware of their presence. In the heart of the forest, they found a clearing bathed in a soft golden light. At its center stood an ancient tree, its trunk wide and gnarled, its branches reaching high into the sky. This was the Tree of Whispers, the focal point of the forest's magic. Mirabelle approached the tree, the golden cello in her hands. She could feel the presence of the wind spirit, its energy swirling around her. Taking a deep breath, she positioned the cello and began to play. The melody that flowed from the instrument was both haunting and beautiful, resonating with the very essence of the forest. The air around her began to stir, the whispers growing louder, merging with the music. The leaves rustled in response, creating a harmonious dance that echoed through the clearing. Mirabelle felt a connection to the wind, a sense of unity with the element. She closed her eyes, letting the music guide her, feeling the wind spirit respond to her call. As she played, the wind grew gentler, its wildness tamed by the soothing notes of the golden cello. The leaves swirled gracefully around her, creating a vortex of shimmering light. The forest seemed to breathe with the music, its energy harmonizing with Mirabelle's song. When the final note faded, a profound silence settled over the clearing. Mirabelle opened her eyes to find the wind spirit before her, its form a shimmering figure of light and air. "You have proven yourself, Princess Mirabelle," the spirit said, its voice a gentle breeze. "The wind is now in harmony with your music. Continue your journey and restore balance to all the elements." Mirabelle bowed her head in gratitude. "Thank you, Spirit of the Wind. I will honor your trust and continue my quest." The spirit nodded and then dissipated into the air, leaving a sense of peace in its wake. Mirabelle turned to Eldrin, her resolve stronger than ever. "The first trial is complete. We must move on to the next." Eldrin smiled, his eyes filled with pride. "You have done well, my princess. The path ahead will be challenging, but with each trial, you grow stronger. Let us continue our journey." With the wind spirit's blessing and the golden cello's magic harmonized with the element of air, Mirabelle and Eldrin set out from the Forest of Whispers. Their next destination awaited, and with it, the promise of restoring balance to Florindale. Chapter 2: Harmony of the Elements. The Forest of Whispers had welcomed Mirabelle and Eldrin with its ancient, mystical charm, but their journey through it was just beginning. The golden cello, now attuned to the element of wind, glowed softly as they ventured deeper into the heart of the forest. The path ahead was shrouded in shadows, the trees forming a dense canopy that filtered the sunlight into dappled patterns on the forest floor. As they walked, the air around them seemed alive with whispers, the voices of the forest spirits guiding their steps. Mirabelle felt a sense of peace and connection with the wind, the gentle breeze carrying the echoes of her earlier melody. Eldrin walked beside her, his keen eyes scanning their surroundings for any signs of danger. "These whispers," Mirabelle said softly, "they feel like a song, an ancient melody that the forest sings. It's beautiful." Eldrin nodded, his expression thoughtful. "The Forest of Whispers is a place of great magic. The spirits here are ancient and wise. They recognize your mission and seek to aid you. But be cautious, for not all spirits are benevolent." As they continued, the path led them to a clearing where a crystalline stream flowed, its waters sparkling in the dappled light. Mirabelle knelt by the stream, cupping her hands to drink. The water was cool and refreshing, invigorating her for the trials ahead. As she rose, she noticed something glinting in the water. A small, ornate box partially submerged in the stream bed. Curious, Mirabelle reached down and retrieved the box. It was intricately carved with symbols of the elements and felt surprisingly heavy for its size. Eldrin examined it closely, his eyes narrowing in concentration. "This is a relic from the ancient times," he said. "It might hold something of great importance." Mirabelle carefully opened the box, revealing a delicate silver necklace adorned with a single shimmering sapphire. The gemstone seemed to pulse with a light of its own, casting a gentle glow. Eldrin's eyes widened in recognition. "This is the Amulet of the Elements. It is said to enhance the wearer's ability to connect with the elemental spirits." Mirabelle clasped the necklace around her neck, feeling a surge of energy as the sapphire settled against her skin. The whispers of the forest grew louder, more coherent, and she felt a deeper connection to the elements. "Thank you, forest spirits," she whispered, her voice filled with gratitude. "Your gift will help me on my journey." With the amulet in place, they continued their journey, the forest seeming to part before them. The trees whispered secrets, guiding their steps as if urging them onward. The path grew steeper, leading them towards the heart of the forest where the elementals were said to reside. At last, they reached a sacred grove, its air thick with the presence of magic. In the center of the grove stood 4 ancient stones, each inscribed with runes representing one of the elements. Mirabelle approached the stones, the golden cello in her hands, and began to play a melody that resonated with the very essence of the forest. The wind swirled around her, lifting leaves and creating a vortex of energy. The ground beneath her feet seemed to pulse with life, the earth responding to the music. The water of the nearby stream rose in gentle arcs, dancing in the air, while sparks of light flickered, representing the fire element. As the music reached its crescendo, the elemental spirits appeared, their forms shimmering and ethereal. The spirit of wind, who had already acknowledged Mirabelle, stood at the forefront, its presence a gentle breeze. The spirit of earth emerged, a figure of stone and foliage, its eyes wise and ancient. The spirit of water flowed gracefully, its form ever-changing like a living stream. The spirit of fire blazed brightly, its energy fierce and powerful. Mirabelle continued to play, her music weaving a tapestry of harmony that brought the elements into balance. The spirits responded, their energies blending with the melody. The grove pulsed with magic, the air alive with the promise of restored harmony. When the final note faded, the spirits bowed to Mirabelle, their forms glowing with approval. The spirit of earth spoke first, its voice a deep rumble. "You have proven yourself worthy, Princess Mirabelle. The elements recognize your strength and purity of heart." The spirit of water added, its voice a gentle murmur, "We will guide you and lend you our power. The journey ahead is perilous, but you are not alone." The spirit of fire, its voice crackling with energy, said, "Embrace the challenges, for they will forge you into the beacon of harmony that Florindale needs." The spirit of wind, who had already acknowledged Mirabelle, nodded in agreement. Go forth with our blessings. Restore balance to the land. With the elemental spirit's blessings and the golden cello's power harmonized with the elements, Mirabelle and Eldrin left the sacred grove. Their hearts were filled with hope and determination as they set their sights on the next leg of their journey. The fate of Florindale depended on their courage and the power of the golden cello. With the blessings of the elemental spirits and the golden cello's power resonating within her, Princess Mirabelle felt ready to face the trials that awaited her. The path led them out of the forest of whispers and towards the scorched desert, where the trial of fire would test her resolve and ability to control the fierce element. As they journeyed, the landscape changed dramatically. Verdant forests gave way to barren, cracked earth. The sun beat down mercilessly, and the air shimmered with heat. Eldrin handed Mirabelle a flask of water, his expression serious. The desert is unforgiving, he said. We must be cautious and conserve our strength. Mirabelle nodded, her determination unwavering. The spirit of fire awaits, Eldrin. We must face this trial to restore balance to the elements. They pressed on, the golden cello strapped securely to Mirabelle's back. The desert seemed endless, a vast expanse of sand and rock stretching to the horizon. Despite the harsh conditions, Mirabelle felt a sense of purpose guiding her steps. The amulet of the elements around her neck pulsed faintly, its sapphire glow a comforting presence. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the desert, they arrived at a rocky outcrop. In the distance, they could see the flickering glow of a fire, a beacon guiding them to the heart of the trial. Mirabelle and Eldrin approached cautiously, the heat intensifying with each step. At the center of the outcrop stood a towering pyre, its flames dancing wildly. The spirit of fire emerged from the blaze, a figure of pure energy, its form shifting and crackling with power. Mirabelle felt the heat radiate from the spirit, but she stood firm, her resolve unshaken. Princess Mirabelle, the spirit of fire intoned, its voice a roar of flames. You seek to restore balance to the elements. To do so, you must prove your mastery over fire. Show me your strength and let the golden cello guide you. Mirabelle took a deep breath, positioning the cello and drawing the bow across its strings. The melody that emerged was fierce and vibrant, a song of courage and determination. The flames responded, leaping higher and swirling around her. The heat was intense, but Mirabelle focused on the music, feeling the cello's power merge with her own. The spirit of fire tested her, sending waves of heat and bursts of flame towards her. Mirabelle's music grew stronger, each note a command that tamed the wild energy. She played with a passion that matched the fire's intensity. Her heart and soul poured into the melody. As the trial continued, Mirabelle felt a change within herself. The fear of the fire's destructive power melted away, replaced by a deep respect for its strength and beauty. She embraced the element, her music a harmonious blend of power and grace. The flames, once wild and uncontrollable, now danced in sync with her melody. When the final note faded, the spirit of fire bowed its head in acknowledgement. You have proven yourself, Princess Mirabelle. You have embraced the fire's power and mastered its energy. The element of fire now stands in harmony with your music. Mirabelle bowed in return, her heart swelling with pride and relief. Thank you, Spirit of Fire. Your blessing will aid us in our quest. The spirit of fire dissipated, leaving behind a sense of warmth and empowerment. Eldrin approached, his eyes shining with admiration. You did it, Mirabelle. You have mastered the element of fire. Mirabelle smiled, feeling the golden cello's magic resonating with the fire's energy. We have completed the second trial, but our journey is far from over. We must continue to the crystal caverns and face the trial of water. As night fell over the desert, Mirabelle and Eldrin made camp, resting in the knowledge that they had taken another step towards restoring balance to Florindale. The golden cello's power, now harmonized with both wind and fire, glowed softly in the moonlight. They knew that the trials ahead would be challenging, but with each element mastered, their resolve grew stronger. With the dawn came a renewed sense of purpose. Mirabelle and Eldrin set out once more, their path leading them towards the crystal caverns. The journey was arduous, but their hearts were filled with hope and determination. They knew that the fate of Florindale depended on their courage and the power of the golden cello. The journey from the scorched desert to the crystal caverns was long and arduous, but Princess Mirabelle and Eldrin pressed on with unwavering determination. The golden cello, now attuned to the elements of wind and fire, hung securely on Mirabelle's back, its power a comforting presence. The path led them through rugged mountains and treacherous valleys, the landscape changing with every mile they travelled. As they neared the crystal caverns, the air grew cooler, and the sound of flowing water reached their ears. The caverns were known for their ethereal beauty and the magical properties of the crystals that lined their walls. But Mirabelle and Eldrin knew that danger could lurk in even the most enchanting places. One evening, as they set up camp near a sparkling stream, they heard a rustling in the underbrush. Eldrin's keen senses detected movement, and he motioned for Mirabelle to stay alert. Out of the shadows emerged a group of travelers, their cloaks blending with the twilight. The leader, a tall woman with striking blue eyes and an air of authority, stepped forward. "Greetings, travelers," she said, her voice calm but wary. "I am Seraphina, leader of the Guardians of the Crystals. What brings you to our domain?" Mirabelle, sensing no immediate threat, stepped forward and bowed slightly. "I am Princess Mirabelle of Florindale, and this is my trusted advisor, Eldrin. We seek the crystal caverns to face the trial of water and restore balance to the elements with the help of the golden cello. Serafina's eyes widened with recognition and respect. The golden cello, she repeated, her voice filled with awe. We have heard of your quest, Princess Mirabelle. The guardians of the crystals are allies to those who seek to protect our land and its magic. You are welcome among us. With Serafina's guidance, Mirabelle and Eldrin were led to the Guardians' encampment, a hidden sanctuary within the mountains. The Guardians, a group of skilled warriors and healers, had dedicated their lives to preserving the magic of the crystals and the balance of nature. Their leader, Serafina, was a formidable warrior and a wise guide. Around a roaring campfire, Mirabelle shared their journey so far, detailing the trials they had faced and the elemental spirits they had encountered. The Guardians listened intently, their respect for Mirabelle growing with every word. We will aid you in your quest, Princess Mirabelle, Serafina said, her tone resolute. The crystal caverns hold many secrets and dangers, but with our knowledge and your determination, we will succeed. The following day, Serafina led them to the entrance of the crystal caverns, a vast glittering network of tunnels and chambers. The walls sparkled with countless crystals, their light reflecting in a dazzling array of colors. The air was cool and damp, and the sound of dripping water echoed through the caverns. As they ventured deeper, the Guardians remained vigilant, their eyes scanning for any signs of danger. The trial of water awaited Mirabelle, but first they had to navigate the labyrinthine passages of the caverns. The path was treacherous, with steep drops and narrow ledges. But Serafina's guidance and the Guardian's skills kept them safe. In the heart of the caverns, they reached a vast underground lake, its surface shimmering with an otherworldly light. The spirit of water emerged from the depths, a figure of fluid grace and serene power. Mirabelle felt a profound sense of awe and respect as she approached the water's edge, the golden cello in her hands. Princess Mirabelle, the spirit of water spoke, its voice a gentle murmur. To restore balance, you must prove your mastery over water. Show me your harmony with the element, and the path will be revealed. Mirabelle positioned the cello and began to play, her music a soothing melody that echoed through the cavern. The water responded, rippling and dancing in harmony with the notes. She played with grace and fluidity, her music capturing the essence of the element. The Guardians watched in awe as the water rose in gentle arcs, forming intricate patterns in the air. But the trial was not without its challenges. Dark shapes moved beneath the surface of the lake, shadows that threatened to disrupt the harmony. Serafina and the Guardians stood ready, their weapons drawn, as Mirabelle continued to play, her music growing stronger, more assertive. The dark shapes hesitated, then retreated, the power of the golden cello driving them back. As the final note of the melody faded, the spirit of water bowed its head in acknowledgement. You have proven your mastery, Princess Mirabelle. The element of water now stands in harmony with your music. Go forth with our blessing. Mirabelle bowed in gratitude, her heart filled with the sense of accomplishment. Thank you, Spirit of Water. Your blessing will guide us on our journey. The Spirit of Water dissolved into the lake, leaving behind a sense of peace and tranquility. Serafina approached Mirabelle, her eyes filled with admiration. You have done well, Princess. The element of water is now in balance. Our alliance is strong, and together we will face whatever challenges lie ahead. As they left the crystal caverns, Mirabelle and Eldrin felt a renewed sense of hope and determination. They had gained new allies in the guardians of the crystals, and with the golden cello's power harmonized with wind, fire, and water, they were ready to face the final trials. With the elements of wind, fire, and water now in harmony with the golden cello, Princess Mirabelle and Eldrin felt a renewed sense of purpose as they journeyed to their next destination, the stormy summit. This towering mountain, perpetually shrouded in violent storms, was known as the domain of the air element. The trial ahead would test Mirabelle's resolve and mastery over the chaotic forces of the sky. The path to the stormy summit was treacherous, winding through steep cliffs and narrow ledges. The air grew colder and more turbulent as they ascended. The roar of thunder and the flash of lightning, a constant reminder of the challenges that lay ahead. Despite the danger, Mirabelle felt a sense of exhilaration. The spirits of the elements had entrusted her with their power, and she was determined to succeed. As they climbed higher, the storm intensified. Rain lashed at them, and the wind howled with a fury that threatened to throw them off the mountain. Eldrin, ever vigilant, used his magic to create a protective barrier around them, but even his strength had its limits. They pressed on, driven by the knowledge that Florindale's fate depended on their success. At last, they reached a plateau near the summit, a flat expanse of rock battered by the storm. In the center stood a tall, ancient monolith inscribed with runes that glowed faintly in the storm's light. Mirabelle knew this was the focal point of the trial, the place where she would confront the spirit of air and prove her mastery. Eldrin placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Remember, Mirabelle, the key to mastering the air is to remain calm and centered. The storm is a test of your inner strength as much as your control over the elements. Mirabelle nodded, taking a deep breath to steady herself. She positioned the golden cello and began to play, her music a bold, soaring melody that echoed through the storm. The wind responded instantly, swirling around her in a chaotic dance. She felt its power, wild and untamed, but she did not falter. Her music was a beacon of order amidst the chaos, a melody that sought to bring harmony to the turbulent skies. The spirit of air emerged from the storm, a figure of swirling mist and lightning. Its eyes, fierce and untamed, locked onto Mirabelle. "Princess Mirabelle," it thundered, its voice merging with the wind. "You seek to tame the storm. Show me your strength, and let your music prove your worth." Mirabelle's fingers moved deftly over the strings, her melody growing stronger, more assertive. She played with a passion that matched the storm's intensity. Her heart and soul poured into the music. The wind roared around her, but she stood firm, her music weaving a tapestry of harmony that sought to calm the storm. The trial was fierce. Lightning cracked the sky, striking the ground with deafening force. The wind howled and lashed at her, but Mirabelle remained undaunted. Her music grew more powerful, a symphony that commanded the storm to yield. Gradually the chaos began to subside. The wind's fury lessened, and the lightning's wrath diminished. As the final notes of her melody rang out, a profound silence fell over the summit. The spirit of air, now calm and composed, bowed its head in acknowledgement. "You have proven yourself, Princess Mirabelle. You have tamed the storm and brought harmony to the air. The element of air now stands in balance with your music." Mirabelle bowed in return, her heart filled with gratitude. "Thank you, Spirit of Air. Your blessing will guide us on our journey." The spirit of air dissipated into the breeze, leaving behind a sense of tranquility. Eldrin approached Mirabelle, his eyes filled with pride. "You have done it, Mirabelle. The element of air is now in harmony. With the golden cello's power, you have restored balance to another element." Mirabelle smiled, feeling the golden cello's magic resonating with the air's energy. "We have completed the 4th trial, but our journey is not yet over. We must face the final harmony to restore balance to all of Florindale." As they descended the mountain, the storm having calmed to a gentle breeze, Mirabelle and Eldrin felt a renewed sense of hope and determination. The golden cello's power, now harmonized with wind, fire, water, and air, glowed brightly, a beacon of hope for their troubled land. They knew that the final trial awaited, but with each element mastered, their resolve grew stronger. With the blessings of the elemental spirits and the golden cello's magic guiding them, they set their sights on the final harmony. The fate of Florindale depended on their courage and the power of the golden cello, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With the power of wind, fire, water and air harmonized within the golden cello, Princess Mirabelle and Eldrin knew that the final challenge lay ahead. The unification of all the elements to restore balance to Florindale. Their journey led them to the heart of the kingdom, where the ancient shrine of Florindale stood, a place of immense magical power. The path to the shrine was long and arduous, but the trials they had faced had steeled their resolve. As they approached the shrine, Mirabelle felt a mix of anticipation and trepidation. The shrine, an ancient structure built of stone and covered in moss, stood in a secluded glade surrounded by towering trees. The air was thick with magic, the very essence of the elements converging at this sacred place. Eldrin placed a hand on Mirabelle's shoulder, his eyes filled with wisdom and encouragement. The final harmony awaits, Mirabelle. You have proven your mastery over the elements, and now you must unite them with the golden cello. Trust in yourself and in the power of the music. Mirabelle nodded, her heart pounding with determination. She approached the shrine, the golden cello cradled in her hands. As she stood before the ancient altar, the elemental spirits appeared, their forms shimmering with ethereal light. The spirits of wind, fire, water, and air surrounded her, their eyes filled with expectation. "Princess Mirabelle," the spirit of wind spoke, its voice a gentle breeze. "The time has come to unite the elements and restore balance to Florindale." "Play the melody of harmony," the spirit of water added, its voice a soothing murmur. "Let the golden cello's music bring peace to our troubled land." Mirabelle took a deep breath, positioning the cello and drawing the bow across its strings. The melody that emerged was a beautiful blend of all the elements, a symphony that resonated with the very core of nature. The music flowed from her heart, each note a testament to the trial she had overcome and the strength she had gained. The spirits responded, their energies merging with the music. The wind swirled gently around her, carrying the melody through the trees. The water of a nearby stream rose in graceful arcs, dancing to the rhythm. Flames flickered with a soft, warm glow, adding a layer of passion to the harmony. The air hummed with a soothing vibration, uniting all the elements in a perfect balance. As Mirabelle played, the magic of the golden cello intensified. The shrine itself seemed to come alive, the ancient runes glowing with a radiant light. The ground beneath her feet pulsed with energy, the very heartbeat of Florindale responding to the harmony. She could feel the land healing, the balance being restored with each note. The final crescendo of the melody rang out, a powerful chord that echoed through the glade. The elemental spirits bowed their heads in acknowledgement, their forms glowing brightly before fading into the ether. The shrine's light dimmed, leaving behind a profound sense of peace and tranquility. Mirabelle lowered the cello, her heart filled with a deep sense of accomplishment. "The balance is restored," she whispered, her voice filled with awe. Eldrin stepped forward, his eyes shining with pride. "You have done it, Mirabelle. You have united the elements and restored harmony to our land. Florindale will flourish once more." As they left the shrine, the signs of balance returning to the kingdom were already apparent. The skies cleared, revealing a brilliant blue. Rivers flowed gently, their waters pure and sparkling. The earth, once parched and barren, began to bloom with vibrant life. The winds carried the sweet scent of blossoms, a promise of renewal and growth. The journey back to the castle was filled with joy and celebration. Villagers cheered as they passed, their faces lit with hope and gratitude. Mirabelle's heart swelled with pride and happiness, knowing that she had fulfilled her destiny and brought peace to Florindale. With the golden cello by her side and the elemental spirits watching over her, Mirabelle knew that the harmony she had restored would endure. The tale of her courage and the magical cello would be passed down through generations, a legend of hope and resilience. As Princess Mirabelle and Eldrin returned to the castle, the kingdom of Florindale began to transform before their eyes. The balance restored by the golden cello's harmony was evident in the flourishing landscapes. The vibrant colours of nature re-emerging in full splendour. Villagers lined the roads, cheering and offering flowers in gratitude to their princess, whose bravery had brought peace back to their troubled land. Upon reaching the castle, Mirabelle and Eldrin were welcomed with joyous celebrations. The castle, once shadowed by worry and despair, was now filled with laughter and light. The golden cello, cradled lovingly by Mirabelle, seemed to hum with satisfaction, its mission accomplished. King Alaric, Mirabelle's father, met them at the entrance of the grand hall. His face, which had been lined with worry for so long, now shone with pride and relief. He embraced his daughter tightly. "Mirabelle, my brave child, you have done what many thought impossible. You have saved our kingdom." Mirabelle smiled, her heart full. "I could not have done it without the guidance of Eldrin and the support of our people, Father. The spirits of the elements lent their strength to our cause. The golden cello's power has brought us harmony, but it is the unity and faith of our people that will keep it." The grand hall was soon filled with the sounds of music and laughter, as a great feast was held in honor of Mirabelle's triumphant return. Eldrin, standing beside the king, recounted their journey and the trials they had faced. The story of Mirabelle's courage and the magic of the golden cello spread through the hall, inspiring awe and gratitude among all who heard it. As the celebrations continued, Mirabelle found a quiet moment to reflect in the castle gardens. The moonlight bathed the flowers and trees in a soft silver glow, and the night air was filled with the gentle whisper of the wind, now in perfect harmony with the other elements. Eldrin joined her, his presence a comforting reminder of their shared journey. "You have brought peace to Florindale, Mirabelle. The golden cello's power has restored balance, but it is your heart and spirit that have truly saved our land." Mirabelle nodded, her gaze fixed on the shimmering waters of the garden fountain. The trials were not easy, Eldrin, but they taught me the true meaning of harmony. It is not just the balance of the elements, but the unity of our people, the strength we find in each other. Florindale is more than just a kingdom. It is a living, breathing entity, and we must always strive to protect and nurture it. Eldrin smiled, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. You are wise beyond your years, Princess Mirabelle. The legacy of your courage and the magic of the golden cello will inspire generations to come. The spirits of the elements will watch over Florindale, but it is the hearts of its people that will keep it strong. The days that followed were filled with renewal and growth. Mirabelle, now celebrated as the savior of Florindale, dedicated herself to ensuring that the balance she had restored would be maintained. She worked closely with Eldrin and the Council to create laws that protected the natural world and promoted harmony among the people. The golden cello, a symbol of hope and magic, was placed in a special chamber within the castle, where its music could be heard by all who sought its guidance. Mirabelle would often visit the chamber, playing melodies that kept the elements in balance and brought peace to her heart. As the years passed, Florindale flourished under Mirabelle's wise and compassionate rule. The kingdom became a beacon of harmony and prosperity, its people living in unity with nature and each other. The story of the princess and the golden cello was told and retold, a legend that reminded everyone of the power of courage, harmony, and the enduring spirit of hope. In the quiet moments of reflection, Mirabelle would think back to the trials she had faced, the melodies she had played, and the spirits she had met. She knew that the journey had shaped her into the leader Florindale needed, and she was grateful for every challenge, every note, and every victory. The kingdom of Florindale, once plagued by elemental chaos, now stood as a testament to the power of harmony and the unyielding spirit of its people. And so the tale of Princess Mirabelle and the golden cello became a cherished part of Florindale's history, a story of restoration and peace that would inspire countless generations to come.